Good day, beautiful families. This is Milka with Kids, Arts and Crafts on Wheel. And I have to thank you for the opportunity you've given me to talk and express my opinions and give some inputs and some advice. Thank you very much. And I will feel very welcome if you do the same. If you send me informations, ideas, and comment, thumbs up, and you can reach me through my website, kidsartscrafts.com.au, or email, anything that is good for you. Okay, let's talk today about defiance. Children defiant behavior. It became very common in these children, and I urge you to pay attention to the traits and what happens. So this defiant behavior can see in form of a resistance. So, however, if we don't manage effectively, it can get serious, affecting your family dynamics, get a little bit stressful to communicate to them. So it's important to address that as soon as possible. So defiant behavior is defined as defiance. It's an act of refusing, because that's what defiance is, refusing to obey. And we see sometimes when children are, we think they are not listening, they are listening, but they just refuse to listen, which is paradoxal this here. So it can manifest in different things. If they want to do something, they will not listen to you. They will just continue doing what they are doing. And as when I said before, as children age, managing, controlling this defiant behavior become more difficult. So as partners, we families needed to start finding a way how to correct that behavior. And the other thing is to remember this: a children's brain is constantly developing, and you need to ask yourself, how can I handle this, and how can I make the child to pardon me, understand what I want to tell. So normally the age of handling with things that of understanding is very, very different from each child. Some children mature faster than others mature a little bit less faster than others. So let's some examples here. I had one of my classes last week with a preschool. One of the preschool centers I go around in my Kids Arts and Craft on Wheels project. So before we started, we have a rule. We always have to wash our hands to not make the canvas or the craft dirty. So we get this beautiful group of 10 children. After they washed their hands, they came, they sat very nicely on the bench, and they started grabbing the brushes, and the tray with the painting was there, and they started doing the project. One child came and was just standing there, look at me, and I said, lovely, you want to participate, so go wash your hands and come back. The child continued watching, looking at me, and I said again, wash your hands if you want to participate. Just staring at me. And I repeated again slowly, if you want to participate, please wash your hands. So the child was standing there and didn't make any motion towards the thing I was telling, and I noticed he wants to participate. He was looking very, very curious, wanting to be part of the group, definitely, but he was not wanted to wash hands. He wants just to sit and start the painting. So here comes my tip. In this case scenario here, you need to be firm, gentle, and give the child options. So in this case, there were two options that he had to comply to. Sorry. Yeah. So he had to wash his hands and come and participate. That's all. That's all he had to do. So after you already established the task the child has to do, you have to continue in that. No deviation. Oh, you can wipe your hands with the tissue, or you can say you can rub your hands on your clothes. No, you have to persist in the same, because you were doing nothing wrong. It was part of the rules. And in an age of from 5 onward, the child has already to establish there are rules we have to obey, and there are things we have to listen and act towards it. So the matter here that happened was that you can't make the defiant child make their own rules if it's the opposite what you want them to do. And then you give a cause and effect solution is, if you do not wash your hands, you can't participate. If you want to participate, you wash your hands. Very simple. This cause and effect is very important for children who started building up critical thinking, because it's a decision based on what they decided to do. Now, you turn away from the child that is defiant and you go back to the group, giving attention to your group, because this is also tell that I'm not only here for you, I'm for the group I am teaching. The other thing very important is you will build up empathy, and you can turn back to the child and say, I know you want to participate. I saw your beautiful paintings. You do very beautifully with the canvas, with the painting, and I saw your craft, they're beautiful. But you know what to do. You know, I already told you. And then so, because when you let the child make a choice and continue calmly saying that's what you have to do, and then you say, listen, you lost an amount of time with this situation here, and soon we're going to finish the project. The time is going, and soon we have to stop and go inside of the room, or we're going to do another the tasks of your teacher has prepared for today. So you continue work with the group and see what happens next. So in my case scenario, the child went to wash her hand, and he did an incredible creation in the canvas. So sometimes the child cannot make decisions, not because they don't want, it's because the critical thinking are not there yet formed, or are still very, very young, very small, I would say, very small. So it's a process. It builds up slowly, but there are times that you have to make a little bit of, to boost up a little bit, and make them see the cause and effect. If you don't do this is gonna happen. So in the case here, the emotional intelligence is to adjust and bring that critical thinking slowly up. And it's also the case of reasoning. Sometimes children cannot reason with situations, and that's why we have to give that time to say, that's it, and then back to the previous thing that we're doing with the group, and let he decide it. And you force anything, you just let them decide it, but give this a little bit chance. Do not deviate. Keep firm but calm, gentle, build empathy, give the choice, not many choices, because there was a very simple situation, decision to do. In the end, he came very quietly, and I did not brag, saying, "Well done, you decided to wash your hand." No, it's a case of shh, quiet. No talking. Pretend he just was there before and washed the hands before with the group. And this is what will happen. The child, we will come to a certain decision, either to do, wash your hand and do, or not and go away. Fine, not a problem at all. And my dear parents, I just tell you that with 3 words, there is hope. Defiant behavior is very common today. They're building their personality and they're strengthening what is coming in the future, their character, and you have to respect, but you also have to know your side. You have to, if you want the child to do something, you have to just give the opportunity for the child to make the decision that you show them. You have to do this, to do that. If you don't do this, then there will be nothing like that. Okay? So, kids, arts and crafts on wheels. I drive to you. Can be on the phone. I am on YouTube, but I would love to talk to you. It can be face to face. I can have a Zoom talking with you. Talk to me. Show me your ideas. Show me your concerns. And let's find a way to build up children's emotional intelligence while the time is there. Thank you very much.